गुरु गौरांग गंधार के गिरिधारी शिष्य राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मरन मोहन जू की जय। नित्यारूप विष्णु विष्णुपार अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जय। नित्यारूप विष्णु विष्णुपार अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्यालोक विष्णु विष्णुपाद शुद्ध शुद्ध सुषमार भक्ति वेदांत साई महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्यालोक विष्णु विष्णुपाद शुद्ध शुद्ध सुषमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्यालोक विष्णु विष्णुपाद अशुतर शुत सुषमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्यालोक विष्णु महाभगवत श्री गोक्षर बाबूजी महाराज की जय। नित्यालोक विश्व शिव सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। नित्यालोक विष्णु वैष्णव सार्वभौम शिव जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानु गौड़िया गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शारद गोसाई प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जय। रामचय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदाति गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री मोहन देवी अंग देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योग माय की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री कार्तिक व्रत नियम सेवक की जय। जय श्री दामोदर व्रत की जय। श्री यशोदा दामोदर की जय। श्री राधा दामोदर की जय। जय श्री बहुलाष्टमी तिथि की जय। जय श्री the appearance day of Radha Kund की जय। जय श्री उर्ज व्रत की जय। उर्जेश्वरी रसेश्वरी शिव शिवानंदिनी श्रीमती राधा ठाकुरानी की जय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। हरे कृष्ण। अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिशे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वृंदाय तुलसीदेवाय प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रददेवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः। भज श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, dear devotees. Oh wait, actually let's recite the Pranam mantra for Radha Damodar. Really need to prepare a PDF so I don't have to keep on searching for it like this. Okay. Anga shamalima chata viravito mande kritendi varam jadyam jagurorochisham vidadatam pattam varasya shriya vrindaranya vilasinam hridilasar tamaviramodharam radhaskanda niveshito jvalabhujam Dhyayema Damodaram. And for Radhakund, let's recite. Let's see. Tad, copy. Devashrayome. There it is. Okay. Um, we'll just recite these verses now, and then we can sing the Radhakund Ashtakam at the end. But for now, um, these are obeisances to Sri Radhakund. Yatha Radha Priya Vishnos Tasya Kundam Priyam Tata Sarva Gopishu Saivaika Vishnur Atyanta Vallabha. Just as Sri Radha is most dear to the all-pervasive Sri Krishna, her lake Radhakund is also extremely dear to him. Among all the gopis, she is his most dearly beloved. Ananta Hariradika. Wait, what's the meter for this? Okay. Ananta Hariradika Madhura Keli Vrindai Sada Maharbhutamaho Maha Rasa Chamatkritanam Nidhim. Sorry, Chamatkritinam Nidhim. Mahojvala Mahasusaurabhatamam Cha Vrindavane. Samaronmadatad Ishvari Daita Devya Kundam Numa. This is from the Vrindavan Mahimamrita by Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur. He says, filled with the endless sweet pastimes of Sri Hari and Srimati Radhika, Sri Radhakund, beautifully situated within Vrindavan, is always supremely wondrous. Aho, it is an ocean of astonishing Maharas and is completely effulgent and supremely fragrant. To that dear divine Kund of Vrindavaneshwari, who is always maddened in amorous love, we offer our pranam. And now this is from Srila Raghunath Das Goswami's Vilap Kusmanjali. He Shri Sarovara Sada Tvaisa Madisha Preshtena Sardamiha Kelati Kamarangai Tam Chet Priyat Priyamati Vatayoriti Mam Adarshayatya Kripaya Mama Jivitam Tam. O beautiful pond, my Swamini always enjoys amorous, sportive pastimes with her beloved along your banks. You are more precious to them than life itself. Alas, please mercifully grant me darshan of her, who is my very life and soul. And now this is from Raghunath Das Goswami's Braj Vilas Stava. Shri Vrindavana Vipinam Suma, sorry, Shri Vrindavipinam Suramyam Apitach Shri Mansa Govardhana Sarasa Stalikapyalam Rasamayai Kim Tavaranya Stalai Yasyapyang Shalavena Narhati Manak Samya Mukundasya Tat Pranebhyopyadikam Priyeva Daitam Tat Kundamevashraye. The glorious forest of Vrindavan is exceedingly beautiful, as is charming Govardhan Hill and the ras-filled site of the Rastings. What can be said of other places? They cannot slightly compare with even a mere fragment of Radhakund's glories. Radhakund is dearer to Mukunda than his own life, being just like his beloved. I take shelter of Radhakund. So at the end of our reading, we will go through the Radhakundashtakam as well. Dandavat pranams, dear devotees. Nari Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Champak Mataji, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, and Jai Shri, and all other devotees watching. I'm guessing Indira Mataji and Raseshwari Mataji. And I don't know who else is there. If you write a comment, I'll see your name. And all the devotees watching in the future, like Chachi Devi, Jai Dev Prabhu, Krishna Rose, Ananda Pradayani, and everybody else. Dandavat pranams. So today is the auspicious appearance day of Radha Kund. And I guess Shama Kund as well. Yeah, I don't know. Usually we just see her the appearance day of Radha Kund, but they were both made around the same time, right? So, but I don't know actually. We have to see what our acharyas say about that. I remember a few years ago on this day, there was an article, I think it was published in Krishna Katamrita Bindu, Madhavananda Prabhu's magazine. And it mentioned there was an article. I'm not sure if it was in that magazine, but anyways, he posted this article which said that Bahulāṣṭamī is not the appearance day of Radhakund. And it was giving some kind of it was saying something like giving some kind of evidence from Srila Jiva Goswami, and but then one of my god brothers, I think I can just say his name, Sundar Gopal Prabhu, he did extensive research on this topic, and he I have to he didn't publish anything. He just wrote a private message to the person who wrote the article. So maybe I shouldn't like say too much of that, because I don't, yeah, it was never published. But yeah, he shows how oh, I actually have to read it over again. He showed me privately. Maybe I shouldn't even be mentioning all this, but he showed a lot of. I'm just mentioning this in case anybody did see that and anybody has doubts that today is Radhakund's appearance day. That's why I'm mentioning this. But yeah, he shows first in Shastra giving evidence like that, and I think Padma Puran something or other, and some description. But then for us in the line of Srila Saraswati Thakur, the all important thing for us to know is, well, did Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada and his followers follow it? And yes, there is a description in in The Harmonist in 1935, November. There's an article about the celebration for the appearance day of Radhakund's there. And all our acharyas were there. Srila Bhakti Dayit Madhava Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Shira Goswami Maharaj. And all of them, they also followed this tithi every year. They have it in their calendars. And so maybe some people in different sampradayas might have doubt about it, but for all of us in this line, we accept this as the appearance day of this Saraswat line. We accept this as the appearance day of Radhakund without doubt. And if anybody does have doubt, maybe I can ask Sundar Gopal, he can share the things that his findings in not just that from the harmonists, but in the Goswami Granthas and like that. All right. So I haven't prepared anything because I was very late this morning. I was when I was going through the songbook, I finished proofreading it, by the way. So here, but when I went through the Radhakundashtakam, I realized that I hadn't really gone over the translation of Radhakundashtakam very thoroughly or at all, really. It was just the translation that was always in the songbook, but I never really, I think it was from the old songbook. And this songbook, we're trying to make the translations a little bit more direct and so that you can match it to the Sanskrit easily. And anything that's extra, we put in either rounded brackets for commentary of our acharyas or square brackets when it's our insertions, just so that you can know very clearly what the Sanskrit says. But I hadn't done that with the Radhakundashtakam. So this morning I started working on that. Um, and yeah, I'm hoping to finish that today. I thought today would be a nice day to work on that. And so then we'll replace the translation with that. And also I looked into there's a Shamakundashtakam. It's always been in the Gaudiya Giti-Gutra, but I noticed that it's only in the Hindi Gaudiya Giti-Gutra. I couldn't find it anywhere else. And in the Hindi Gaudiya Giti-Gutra, it doesn't give Raghunath Das Goswami as the author. It doesn't have an author name. It does give the author name for the Radhakundashtakam, but not for the Shamakundashtakam. So I think I'm going to remove the author name there. And yeah, because I was looking everywhere else, I could only find the Krishna Kundashtakam by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. But anyhow, if anybody knows anything about that, please let me know. But from my research, I couldn't find anything. We're gonna include the Shama Kundashtakam. I'm just gonna remove the name. But yeah, we'll sing both of those at the end. So I haven't actually looked what is available. Oh, I just reached 1,000 subscribers today. Oops. Yeah, that's cool. On YouTube. Actually, I think it was yesterday, actually. What am I looking for? Okay, let's go to vcvani.com. No, Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Goswami Maharaj spoke on this. And I think Srila Gurudev also spoke. Let's see purebhakti.com as well. Okay, we'll read the Katha of Srila Gurudev and of Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Goswami Maharaj. Oh, and yesterday I mentioned that it was a disappearance day of, so I know it was appearance day or disappearance day of Gadadhar Das Thakur, but I was wrong. It's actually on Gopashtami. I don't know why I had that in the calendar. Maybe some Bengali calendar said that, and that's why I put that in the calendar, but I took it out because I looked at the original calendar of Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Where is it? Right here. And he shows that it says it's on Gopashtami. So yeah. All right. Let me put this in. It worked up. All right, so I'm just putting it here so that you can read along with me. Okay. So I don't know when Gurudev gave this class. It doesn't really say. Anyhow, in honor of the Divine Appearance Day of Sri Radhakund, please receive the following explanation of Radhakund from Sri Gurudev's Rajmala Parikrama. Sri Radhakund is within Bahulāṣṭamī, and for this reason, there is a custom to take bath in Sri Radhakund on the day of Bahulāṣṭamī. A huge assembly of people take bath in Sri Radhakund on that day. The Padma Puran states, Yatha Radha Priya Vishnu Trasya Kundam Priyam Tata Sarva Gopishu Sevaika Vishnu Vallabha. Among all the gopis, Srimati Radhaji is most dear to Sri Krishna, being his principal pran Vallabh. Similarly, Radhaji's dear Kund is also very dear to him. Sarva Papa Harastirtam Namaste Harimuktidam Nama Kaivalyanataya Radha Krishna Bhidhiyate. O Shri Radhakund, O Shri Krishna Kund, you destroy all sins and award one-pointed prema. I bow down to you again and again. The Puranas are filled with innumerable descriptions of the glories of these two kunds. We already read this one, so I'm going to skip this. We read this from Bahulāṣṭamī by Srila Bahulāṣṭamī. Here's a picture of our Srila Gurudev at Radhakund. Okay, so Radhakund lies in a village named Aritagaon, about 3 miles northeast of Govardhan, and 14 miles from Mathura and Vrindavan. Arishtasura was a servant of Kamsa who assumed the form of a bull and attacked Krishna with the aim of killing him. However, Krishna killed him instead at this place. At Sri Radhakund, Sri Radha Krishna Yugal performed their Madhyamic Lila Vilas. Here they perform a variety of amorous pastimes freely and without any obstruction. This is not possible anywhere else. Therefore, Radhakund is considered to be the topmost place of bhajan, superior even to Nandagaon, Varshana, Vrindavan, and Govardhan. This most confidential place, surcharged with paramount bhavs, was revealed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, who was endowed with the bhav, with the sentiment, and the kanti, the luster of Sri Radha. Previously, Sri Madhavendra Puri, Sri Lokanath Goswami, and Sri Bhugarpa Goswami also came to Braj, where they revealed various pastime places of Krishna. But they did not reveal this confidential place, which was manifested by Sri Gaurasundar himself, who is Sri Radha and Krishna combined. Sri Krishna killed Arishtasura during the day. That same night, he met with his beloved Sri Radhika and the other Sakis here. Sri Krishna was very eager to embrace Srimati Radhika, but as soon as he reached out towards her, she stepped back. Jokingly, she said, "Today you have killed a bull, which belongs to the cow family. You have therefore committed the sin of killing a cow. Don't touch my pure body." Krishna smilingly answered, "Priyatame, it was a demon that I killed, who had deceitfully assumed the form of a bull. So how can sin even touch me?" Srimati Ji insisted, "Whatever he was, he has assumed the form of a bull when you killed him. Hence, the sin of killing a cow has definitely touched you." The Sakis supported her statements. Sri Krishna asked how he could atone for this sin. Smilingly, Srimati Ji answered, The only atonement is to take bath in all the tirthas of the entire earth planet. Hearing this, Sri Krishna created an extensive kund simply by striking his heel on the ground. He then summoned all the tirthas of the entire planet to it. Uncountable tirthas immediately came before Krishna in their personified forms. Krishna asked them to enter the kund in the form of water. In a moment, the kund filled with pure sacred water. Sri Krishna took bath in that kund and again tried to touch Srimati Ji. But Srimati Radhika now wanted to manifest a kund full of water that was larger and more exquisite than Krishna's, in response to her Priyatama's bragging. She and her Sakis therefore stubbornly dug out a very attractive kund nearby with their bracelets. However, not so much as a drop of water appeared in it. Krishna joked that they could take water from his kund, but Srimati Ji, along with her innumerable Sakis, prepared themselves to bring water from Manasi Ganga in clay pots. Sri Krishna signaled to the tirthas that they should insist that Srimati Ji and her Sakis fill up their kunds by taking water from his kund. The Tirthas personified pleased Srimati Radhika by offering her and the Sakis many prayers. Srimati Radhika then gave them permission to enter her kund. Immediately, the current of water that had flowed into Krishna Kund also filled Radha Kund. With great pleasure, Shri Krishna bathed and performed water sports, Jal Vihar, with Srimati Radhika and the Sakis in this dear kund. These two kunds manifested at midnight on Krishnashtami, the 8th day of the dark moon in the month of Kartik. Hundreds and thousands of people, therefore, bathe here at midnight on this day known as Bahulāṣṭamī. The Padma Puran states, Govardhana Girau Ramye Radha Kundam Priyam Hare Kartika Bahulāṣṭamyam Tatra Snatva Hare Priya Naro Bhakto Bhaved Vitat Stasya Tasya Pratoshanam. Don't like when there's not diacritics. Radiantly beautiful Sri Radhakund is situated at the foot of Govardhan Hill. Faithful persons who bathe here on Krishnashtami in the month in the Kartik month receive prem bhakti filled with the seva of Sri Radha Kunja Bihari Sri Hari. This is in the Padma Puran. The Padma Puran also states, Dipotsave Kartikecha Radha Kunde Yudhishthira Drishyate Sakalam Vishvam Bhrityar Vishnu Parayanai. On the day of Deepavali in the month of Kartik, the Ekantik, the one-pointed bhaktas of Shri Radha Krishna, can see the entire universe and the complete Braj Mandal in Sri Radha Kund. Outside Mahaprabhu's Baitak, his sitting place, sometime later, when Sri Krishna had left for Dwarka, both kunds disappeared. While manifesting the pastime places of Braj, Sri Krishna's great-grandson, Maharaj Bajranag, again restored these two kunds under the guidance of Shandilya and other rishis. 5,000 years later, however, they had again disappeared. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to this place, he inquired from the local people about Radhakund and Shamakund, but they could provide him with no information. Instead, they told him about the two fields named Kaliket and Goriket that lay before them, which contained a little water. Mahaprabhu respectfully addressed Kaliket as Shamakund and Goriket as Radhakund and offered them his pranam. Then, as he bathed in them, he became overwhelmed. Losing all patience, he cried out, Ha Radhe, Ha Krishna, and fainted. The place where he sat down is now called Kamaltal. It is also called Mahaprabhu's Baitak, sitting place, and it's now been beautifully renovated by, I think, ISKCON. After the disappearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami came from Jagannath Puri and performed bhajan at Radha Kund. Once, the Mughal Emperor Akbar was making his way along this path with his vast army. The entire army, along with elephants, horses, and camels, were very thirsty. Akbar asked Das Goswami, "Is there any big ponds nearby?" Das Goswami motioned to him to take water from Kaliket and Goriket. The emperor thought, "This water is not even sufficient for a single elephant. How will it quench the thirst of my entire army?" However, on the repeated requests of Das Goswami, Emperor Akbar encouraged his men to drink. To his utter amazement, the entire army, together with horses, elephants, and camels, drank to their full satisfaction. And yet, the water in these ponds did not reduce even slightly. The emperor's astonishment knew no bounds. After performing bhajan here for some time, the thought of restoring these two kunds entered Sri Raghunath Das Goswami's mind. However, when he remembered the transcendental glories of Sri Radhakund, he began to reproach himself for thinking this. Just then, a wealthy person arrived at that place from Badarik Ashram, looking for that supreme renunciate Sri Das Goswami. He offered his Dandavat pranams at the feet of the Goswami and said, I am returning from a pilgrimage to Badrikashram. Bhagavan Sri Badri Narayan has sent me to you. On his order, I am offering to cover all the expenses required to restore these two kunds to their beautiful forms. Kindly accept my offer. Sri Das Goswami became overjoyed. At first he rejected the offer, but he later relented, knowing it to be the desire of Shri Radha Krishna. He thus began the work of reconstructing the two kunds. Sri Radha Kund easily manifested in the shape of an elegant quadrangle. The construction work on Shamakund then began, with the idea of giving it a quadrangular shape also. To achieve this, some trees on its bank needed to be cut down. That night, while Sri Das Goswami was performing bhajan, he dozed off for a short time. In his dream, he saw 5 persons standing in front of him. We are the 5 Pandavas, they said. In the form of trees, we worship Yugal Kishore here. So please don't cut us down. Rather, let the shape of the kunds be crooked. For this reason, Sri Das Goswami did not have the trees cut down and instead allowed the kund's shape to be crooked, just like Sri Krishna's shape. He only deepened the kund and had its guts well repaired. Both kunds still have these shapes today, and only a few repairs have been occasionally carried out. Sri Giriraj Govardhan stretches out from north to south and has the shape of a peacock. His tail in the south is called Puchari, and his 2 eyes on his face in the north are called Radhakund and Shamakund. In Krishna Bhavanamrita, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur describes Sri Radhakund and Sri Shamakund in a very delightful and charming way. Although Brajendra Nandan Sri Krishna is the source of all incarnations, so although he is the origin of everything and is yet himself without any origin, I didn't read this correctly. Let me just try again. Although Brajendra Nandan Sri Krishna is the source of all incarnations, is the origin of everything and is yet himself without any origin, is Akila Rasamrita Murti, is the personification of all nectarian mellows, and is Sarva Shaktiman, the source of all Shaktis, he is subservient to the prema of Mahabhav Swarupa, Srimati Radhika, the topmost of all of Sri Krishna's beloveds. He always establishes the glories of his Priyatama, Sri Kishoriji, as superior to his own. Sri Radhakund and Shamakund are none different from the Swarup of Sri Radha and Shyamasundar. But Krishna himself nevertheless gives more fame to Sri Radhakund. In the northern part of Sri Radhakund is the kunj of Sri Lalita Devi, Lalita Nandada, which is shaped like a golden 8-petaled lotus. In the northeast is Vishakanandada, the bejeweled kunj of Vishakasaki, which is shaped like a 16-petaled lotus. In the east is Chitranandada, the kunj of Chitrasaki, which displays an amazing variety of forms and colors. In the southeast is the kunj of Indulekasaki, Indulekhanandada. It is shaped like an 8-petaled lotus and is made of diamonds. In the south is the kunj of Champakalatasaki, Champakalatanandada kunj, which is shaped like a golden lotus. And in the southwest is the lotus-shaped kunj of Rangadevi, Rangadevi Sukada, which is inlaid with blue sapphires. Tungavidyanandada is the kunj of Tungavidyasaki. This kunj is in the west and is shaped like a lotus made of red rubies. In the northwest lies Anandada, or Sudevi Sukada kunj, the lotus-shaped kunj of Sudevi, which is inlaid with emeralds. In the center of Sri Radhakund is Ananga Manjari Anandada kunj, shaped like a 16-petaled lotus inlaid with moonstones. This kunj is also known as Swananda Sukara kunj and is the kunj of Ananga Manjari. It is connected with the bank by a bridge made of moonstones. Similarly, around Shishamakund are the kunjas of the Sakas. In the northwestern area of the Kund is a delightful place made of diamonds, emeralds, and other precious stones where Shrimati Radhika daily takes bath. North of this place is Subalananda Kunj. Subala Anandada Kunj, the Kunj that Subal Saka has offered to Shrimati Radhika. Shri Radhakrishna perform resting pastimes, Shayan Vihar here. In the northern part of Shamakund is the Kunj of Madhumangalji, Madhu Mangalanandada, which is inlaid with white jewels. He has offered this kunj to Lalitaji. Here, Shri Yugal Kishore enjoy all kinds of joking and laughing. Ujjvala Saka's Ujjvalanandada kunj is in the northeast is made of red jewels, and he has given it to Vishaka Saki. In the east is Arjuna Saka's Arjunanandada kunj, which is made of blue sapphires. He has offered this kunj to Chitra Saki. Gandharvanandada kunj in the southeast displays a variety of colors and forms and belongs to Gandharva Saka. He has offered it to Induleka Saki. In the south is Vidagdhanandada kunj belonging to Vidagdha Saka, which is made of green emeralds. He has given this kunj to Champakalata. Here, Yugal Kishore play the game of Chaupadal. Don't know what that is. Bringasaka's Bringanandada Kunj lies in the southwest, and he has given this kunj to Rangadevi. In the west is Dakshanandada Kunj, made of a variety of jewels. Okay, then Kokil Saka's Kokilanandada Kunj is also in the west. He has given this kunj to Sudevi. At the Sangam, or meeting place of the two kunds, is a platform made of many kinds of jewels. This place is also called the Yogapit of Krishna Lila. To the south of Sri Kund are jeweled swings hanging from the branches of champak trees. Swings inlaid with precious stones hang from the branches of kadamba trees to the east. To the west, swings made of jewels hang from branches of mango trees. And to the north, jeweled swings hang from the branches of bakula trees. Rasik Shri Krishna plays on these swings with Shrimati Radhika and the other Sakis. Surrounding both Radha Kund and Shamakund are kalpataru trees of mango, jackfruit, kadamba, bakula, and so forth, which are laden with an abundance of flowers and fruits. The bases of these trees are held by platforms of various precious stones. All seasons are eternally serving Shri Yugal under the guidance of the spring season. Vrinda Devi makes all the arrangements in a variety of ways for the seva of the divine couple. The cuckoos coo and the peacocks dance and make the sweet ke-ka sound. Blue and red lotuses and various kinds of ketaki flowers frolic on the waves of the Shri Kunds, while intoxicated buzzing bees hover above. Royal swans, chakravakas, and cranes play in the water with their consorts, making sweet sounds. Different kinds of birds recite love poetry on the banks of the trees, thus giving pleasure to Shri Radha Krishna Yuga. Deer and does roam about in the attractive kunjas nearby. Except for Shrimati Radhika's most intimate girlfriends, no one can enter this forest. Okay, so that was our Srila Gurudev's description of Radhakund and Shamakund. Let's see if there's anything extra from Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami. Bahulāṣṭamī. Okay, so we won't read everything because a lot of it's repeating what we just read, but we will just skip around. Also, maybe we can sing Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's song about. Well, he wrote songs for the last 3 verses of Upadeshamrita. One second. Okay. So this is an excerpt of Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Goswami Maharaj's class that he gave on October 16, 2014. Two considerations. Today is a special tithi, which our Panjika refers to as Bahulāṣṭamī, and those from Radhakund refer to it as Ahoy Ashtami, named after goddess Ahoy. In every sphere, there are 2 lines of consideration, spiritual and material or social. The place where Radhakund is situated was previously called Aritagram. Arishtasura was ruling here, wreaking havoc and disturbing all the locals around. Finally, Shri Krishna killed Arishtasura, who had assumed the form of a gigantic bull. However, Srimati Radharani and the Sakis informed Shri Krishna, "You have committed the sin of killing a cow, and in such an impure state. Do not touch us, otherwise the sin of Gohatya will come upon us as well. The sin of killing a cow can be atoned only by bathing in all the sacred rivers." To atone for his sin, Shri Krishna summoned all the sacred rivers, so each of them appeared there uttering their respective names. Shri Krishna then bathed in their holy waters, and the poor water that forms there became known as Shamakund. Later, Radharani, along with her Sakis, dug up another pond for themselves, but there was not even a drop of water in this pond. First, they used a karachi, a ladle, and later their kankan, their bangles to dig. Hence, that area became known as Kankan Kund. And you can see when Radha Kund is empty, in the middle there, you'll see there's a deeper part, and that's Kankan Kund. Still, no water appeared. So first they began fetching pots of water from the nearby Kusum Sarovar to fill the freshly dug ponds. Can a pond be filled with pots of water? Shri Krishna then summoned all the holy rivers again to fill the new pond. They promptly arrived pronouncing their names, filling the ponds with their holy waters. But when Manasi Ganga did not appear, Shri Krishna became enraged. In fear of his wrath, she arrived there at midnight with such force that she pierced through the border separating the 2 ponds. In this way, the waters of Shamakund and Radhakund combined. Huh, interesting. I never knew about that history. And she arrived there at midnight with such force that she pierced through the border separating the 2 ponds. In this way, the waters of Shamakund and Radhakund combined. Materialists use Radhakunds to fulfill their desires. The Karmakandis, the materialists, use Radhakunds to fulfill their materialistic desires. It is believed that if any childless couple takes a dip in Radhakund at midnight, on the 8th lunar day of the dark fortnight of the month of Kartik, they will be blessed with a child. Ahoy Ashtami is observed differently in the rest of India, particularly Gujarat, Maharashtra, and many southern states, where mothers fast from dawn till dusk, even from water for the well-being of their children. Once, a childless couple from Koshi, a village in Vrindavan, took a dip in Radhakund and were blessed with a child. Later, that couple returned with their child and celebrated a grand festival. Being of Rajasthani origin, they made arrangements for the Rajasthani delicacy Dal Bati Churma. They offered this to all the pilgrims and also gave each one a 10 rupee note as dakshina. I witnessed 2 such instances. On Bahulāṣṭamī, lakhs of people go to Radhakund, and bamboo structures are erected everywhere around the kund in order to prevent people from drowning. There is also great significance of offering charity on this tithi. If anyone does so, they are benefited exponentially. For this reason, many offer Gupta Dan, offering charity anonymously, by placing gold or silver inside a peta, an ash gourd, into Radhakund. Others just come, and others just come to cut open those offered vegetables by the banks of Radhakund to see if there's anything hidden inside. So the qualification to bathe in Radhakund. However, the transcendentalists do not pay attention to such activities. It is said, Yatha Radha Priya Vishnus Tasya Kundam Priyam Tata Sarva Gopishu Saivaika Vishnur Atyanta Vallabha. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 18.5. We already read it. Oh, I'll just read it again. Just as Srimati Radharani is most dear to Lord Krishna, so is her pond, which known as Radhakund. Of all the gopis, Srimati Radharani is certainly the most beloved. Radharani is the object of worship for all the Sakis and goddesses. It is said that one who bathes there will attain love like Radharani. But we have heard from our Param Gurudev, Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada, he would not even touch the water. What to speak of taking a dip in Radhakund, considering himself ineligible to do so. So high was his conception. However, although he himself would not touch the water, he told his disciples that they could do so. I also observed some of his disciples bathe there at night, though later they all so I don't know why the Wi-Fi here is strange. It stops working for no reason all the time. And I tried one mobile data, that didn't work, and then I tried a different mobile data. Anyways, thank you for staying. Okay, where did we leave? Okay, so one year, Param Gurudev, Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, observed Kartik Vrat at Radhakund at the Vraja Swananda Sukara Kunj. He also established Kunj Bihari Gaudiya Math nearby and established a camp for everyone to stay. Personally, I never developed the inclination to bathe in Radhakund. Externally taking a dip does not constitute taking snan, holy bath. An act dip happens when one has dipped pure concepts. Therefore, it is not so easy to take a dip in Radhakund. The illusory energy of Bhagavan spreads her covering over that place. So those without the proper eligibility remain over the covering itself and never have contact with the real Radhakund. Okay, I'm going to skip this because it's telling the history of Mahaprabhu and Akbar um and I'm jumping to here and the building of the Radhakund. Okay, so now the vision of Mahabhagavats. Once in Navadip, there was a snake in the forest where Srila Das Babaji Maharaj used to reside. One man had the inclination to serve Babaji by clearing and cutting all the natural surroundings. Afterwards, in praise of his own service, he said, "Now that I have cleaned up everything, no snakes will come here." Srila Das Babaji Maharaj did not respond, but he became very grave. Later, he confided to his servant, "Mahapakandi, great hypocrite, Maha-aparadi, great offender. After committing offenses, he comes here to show his valor." What offense did he commit? These trees are tapasvis, those who perform penances. They are here to witness the pastimes of Bhagavan, and he has cut them off? Such is the vision of the Mahabhagavats. The glories of the holy places are not realized merely by our external vision. They have to be experienced through the ears. In those Purukama days, we would hear the glories of the places from Bhakti Ratnakar, Bhagavat, Govinda Lilamrita, and so on. Today is the appearance day of Radhakunds. Materialistic people, karmakandis, perform activities, charities, and pious activities by giving away gold and silver in an attempt to fulfill their material desires. But they do not engage themselves in Hari Bhakti. So many people take bath in Radhakund on this day. Okay, and then in 1932, this is a quote from, it's just a short thing from the website Goshai. I think it's Bhakti Gaurav Nrsimha Maharaj's website. And that was, it says, in 1932, during the month of Kartik, while lecturing at Radhakund, Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur made the following statement. He said, "Those who are still attached to this body and mind can never attain the qualification to bathe in the kund of our Vrishabhanandi." I say, but those attached to this body or mind are eternally qualified. This body has been produced by our mother and father, still Sri Radhakund. Only one who is knowledgeable of his aprakrit body and intrinsic internal nature can bathe there. Oh, is it locked? Always remain in our ears. We I was actually thinking of going to Radhakund today, since I'm planning to move there soon. But I thought today would be an auspicious day to go, and I was thinking of today there. But now I'm having second thoughts. Um, okay, so that's our program for today. Um, yeah, if anybody needs to go now, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you so much for joining. I'm gonna sing the Radha Kundash if anybody wants to stay a bit longer. Um, I'm just wondering, is is the Wi-Fi working right now? Uh, G4. No, Jayamati G4 doesn't work. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, Wi-Fi is still not working. Um, okay, so I'm not gonna read the translation just because it's getting late, but we'll just sing the Sanskrit. And also, I'm making a new translation today. um, Vrishabhadanu Janasha. This is by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami and Stabhavali. Vrishabhadanu Janasha. Narmadharmoktirangay. Nikhila Nija Sakhibir. Yatsvahastena Purnam. प्रकटितमपि वृन्दारण्यराज्ञा प्रमोदैस् तरति सुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे रजभुवि मूरशात्रो प्रेयसीनां निकामैर् असुलभमपि तूर्णां प्रेमकल्पद्रुमं तं जनयति हृदभूमौ स्नातुरुच्चय प्रियं यत् तरति सुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे अगरिपो अपि यत्नात् अत्र देव्या प्रसाद प्रसरकृतकटाक्ष प्राप्तिकामप्रकामम् अनुसरति अरुचाय स्नानसेवानुबन्धैस्तरति सुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे व्रजभुवनसुधांशो प्रेमभूमिर्निकामं व्रजमधुरकिशोरी मौलिरत्नप्रियेव परिचितम् अपि नाम्ना यच्च तेनैव तस्यास्तरति सुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे अपि जन इह कश्चित् यस्य सेवा प्रसादाय प्रणयसुरलता स्यात् तस्य गोष्ठेन्द्रसूनो सपदि किल मरीषा दास्य पुष्पं प्रशास्य तरति सुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे तटमधुरनिकुञ्जा क्लृप्तनामान उच्चैः निजपरिजनवर्गाय संविभाज्याश्रितास्तै मधुकररुतं रम्या यस्य राजन्ति काम्यस्तरति सुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे तटभुवि वरवेद्यां यस्य नर्मातिहृद्यां मधुरमधुरवार्तां गोष्ठचन्द्रस्य भङ्ग्या प्रतयति मित ईशा प्राणसख्यालिभिः सा तरति सुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे अनुदिनमतिरङ्गाय प्रेममत्तालिसङ्गाय वरसरसिजगन्धाय हरिवारि प्रपूर्णे विहरत इह यस्मिन् दम्पतितो प्रमत्तो तरति सुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे अविकलमतिदेव्यास् अति अविकलमतिदेव्याश्चारुकुण्डाष्टकाम्या परिपठति तदीयोल्लासिदास्यार्पितात्मा अचिरमविशर इह शरीरे दर्शयत्येव तस्मै मधुरिपुरमोदाय श्लिष्यमानं प्रियङ्कम् तरति सुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे तरति सुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे जय राधा कुंड जय राधा कुंड राधा कुंड जय राधा कुंड जय राधा कुंड जय श्यामा कुंड राधा कुंड जय श्यामा कुंड हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. जय श्री सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि की जय, श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जय, श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जू की जय, जय श्री गुरुदेव की जय, जय श्री परम गुरुदेव की जय, जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री रूपानु गौरिय गुरु वर्ग की जय, स्वपाशाद श्री गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय, श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीगान की जय, श्री गिरिराज महाराज की जय, श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय, जय श्री um, Radha Kund, Shama Kund ki jai, jai Shri Radha Kund's appearance, Avirbhav Titi ki jai, Prakat Titi ki jai, what do we say? Jai Shri, Jai Shri Bahulāṣṭamī Titi ki jai, Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Jai Shri Raghunath Das Goswami Par ki jai, jai श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जाय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जाय, समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय, श्रीनिता श्री कार्तिक व्रत नियम सेवा ऊर्ज व्रत की जाय, ऊर्जेश्वरी रसेश्वरी शिव शिवानंदिनी श्रीमती राधा ठाकुरानी की जाय, जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जाय, समागत गौर भक्त जय, श्रीनिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। वृंदाय तुलसीदेवाय प्रियाय केशवाशठ कृष्ण भक्ति प्रददेवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। धन्यवाद प्रणाम Hare Hari Prabhu, Bhavatharani Mataji, Champak Mataji, and Adi Krishna Prabhu. And I lost all the comments on YouTube and Facebook, unfortunately, when the internet went out. I remember Jayashi was there, Jayashi Didi, and uh, I don't know. I'm guessing Indira Mataji or Seshwari Mataji, Ganga Mataji, and oh God, I don't like missing people out. But anyways, I know there are a lot more devotees there watching. Dandavat pranams to all of you. I think Vidyalala Siddhi is probably there, and Rohini Nandan Prabhu. And then all the devotees watching in the future, like Shachi Devi, Jaydev Prabhu, Krishna Rose, Ananda Pradayani, and everybody else. Dandavat pranams. See you all tomorrow. Very cool. Is there anything anybody wants to mention before I end the stream for today? Okay, see you all tomorrow. Here you go. What's happening tomorrow? Let me just look at the calendar really quick. Tomorrow is tomorrow is the appearance day of Shri Virachandra Prabhu, Nityananda Prabhu's son, and also disappearance day of Shaki Charan Das Babaji Maharaj. So we'll have a special program in honor of these three personalities.